today I'm going to talk about the Terrifier 2, and I personally gave that film a perfect 9 out of 10, and to me it was absolutely amazing. So if you guys are a Terrifier fan and you guys like a bloody, disgusting slasher, this movie's for you. And I personally really enjoyed every single kill. I wasn't expecting this much blood, but at the same time I'm not surprised. And the movie was really good that you were just gonna enjoy the entire film. And actually the 2 hours and a half it fly like this. So the release date of the movie was actually yesterday, October 6th. That's when I actually went to watch, and it's going to be go until October 10. And I heard if they actually start people go participate more and they sell a lot, they might even make more times and go October 11, 12 all the way, which I hope and I have a feeling it's going to happen, because the movie that I watched, it was great. And I remember when I watched the trailer, I really enjoyed it and I really couldn't wait. I've been waiting for a long time for this film to come out, and I'm sure most of you guys were thinking the same. And to me, and actually when I found out the movie is going to be like 2 hours and a half, I first thought like, wow, are they just going to compare it to the first Terrifier film? And I was thinking probably they did a better, more like a longer story and stuff, so that's why they made it go all the way to 2 hours and a half. But I was just curious how they did all of that. So when I watched the film, actually 2 hours and a half didn't feel bad to me. I actually really enjoyed it. I was actually curious if I'm going to enjoy it, but it was really good. There were so many killings. I remember there was an interview they did with David, the Arthur Clown himself, a year or two ago, and they actually asked him how many killings they're going to be in this film, and he was like counting the fingers all the way, and then it's like it's more than 10, which is true. It's so many killings. And the blood, there's like so many chest breaking, brain breaking, all that, head break, all of that. There's like crazy. And I remember after the film, I was actually wondering what was my favorite scene of the film, the most nastiest scene. And there was like so many killings in the film, but the one that I really felt like it was strong, and me and my girlfriend actually agreed, was the moment when Arthur Clown actually kills this girl, and then basically he cut her face, beat her up, but then after all those cuts, he actually put salt on her and all of that, and I'm sure that's pretty painful. And then to me, that was the most painful and most strongest like killings in the film, and I'm actually curious if you guys agree the same, but that was insane. I watched so many slasher bloody films, and honestly, this Terrifier 2 was the most bloodiest I ever seen with all the slashers. I was like Saw franchise, that's one of my favorite, but honestly, until this movie, before I watched this film, I was actually thinking Saw, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, all that are the most bloodiest, the Maniac. But after, if you guys watch Terrifier 2, you guys are gonna know that what I'm talking about. This movie was the most bloodiest ever, and the scenes and stuff were awesome, the way they did it, the blood work. So yeah, if you guys were, that's what I'm mentioning, that if you guys are looking for like a bloody movie, the most strongest, Terrifier 2 is the one. And the story of the film was actually really good too. When I watched the first Terrifier 1, I actually wasn't sure what the story did in there. We just saw Arthur Clown, his character, he's a killer, slash killer, and all of that. And he kills a bunch of people, 9 people in that, I don't know what was it, like apartment or a building, something. So we just know that we're dealing with the maniac, and it was just a killer, and it was, I really enjoyed it, and I also gave that film a 9 out of 10 for even a low budget film. So from this film, you basically see even more characters. You actually get a more like a stronger like a story, and the story was basically about this brother and sister. They're going against Arthur Clown and beating each other up and all of that. And I'm not gonna go more over it, so you guys, I don't give so much spoilers, but I would recommend watching this. The story was great. I will give also the story 9 out of 10. The acting was really good too, and to me, David Arthur Clown, this was the most strongest and the most awesome performance he ever did, even much better than the first one. And not only that, the story was really good in this film. I really enjoyed the atmosphere too. And yes, the movie is actually happening on a Halloween night. Maybe it starts from the day before Halloween, but then just that, or let's say October 30th and October 31st. And Actually, just like the first one, but the first one, it was basically already Halloween by the end of the night, and then when the two girls meet this maniac, the Arthur Clown, and then the story begins, and then a lot of killings. But this one, actually, they were preparing for Halloween, and they were looking for what costume to wear, and the mom wasn't, the kid was actually wanted to be Arthur Clown, and all of that going on, but then they meet Arthur Clown and stuff. And the atmosphere, like I was saying, was really, really awesome. Now, the vibe of the Halloween that they give, and the movie was actually part of it was in a fun house scene, because if you guys remember the poster that they released maybe a month or 3-4 weeks before the movie release date of the film, if you guys notice, there is a fun house in that poster. You can see in the screen, and I was actually wondering if is it going to be a fun house in there, or they just made that for a poster, even though I was thinking probably it's going to be a fun house scene, and I was actually excited, couldn't wait to see the fun house part, the carnival, all of that. And then throughout the middle of the film, when it went to the fun house, I got excited, and then I was like, yeah, there you go, we're having a fun house vibe. And I absolutely enjoy every type of horror film when they film it at the fun house place. I really enjoy, and that's why, because I really love clowns, and fun house is the best way to enjoy a clown movie. And when you guys watch the movie, you guys gonna see a surprise character in there too. I'm not gonna go over it and tell you guys, because we haven't, even before the movie came, we didn't see, I believe we didn't see any type of commercial or anything, a trailer from that character. So you guys gonna enjoy. The acting was awesome, and surprising characters. And actually, I'm a big wrestling fan, and I saw that Chris Jericho is going to be there. I actually couldn't wait to see him, to see how he acts and how long he's going to be in the film, which was pretty good. And I was actually watching some, just a few minutes ago, I was watching some of the ratings, scores of the film, and so far, the Rotten Tomatoes were like 100%, and some pride were like, and people overall, when they give it, and it was like 94%. So I'm sure this movie is going to be awesome as far as the rating. And also, this movie is perfect for, of course, Halloween season to watch, and they released it right on time. I'm glad actually it wasn't like so close to Halloween, like let's say the October 25, 6, 7, and there was an October 6. It's actually still in October, and it will make you be prepared and more in the Halloween mood. So for that, it was a 10 out of 10 as far as the release date and all of that. And I really enjoyed watching the movie in theaters, and I was wondering if I want to watch it in the theaters or on the network and online. But I actually did a great choice, and I actually decided to go watch it in the theater. The color, everything was perfect, and you really enjoyed it. And I was actually wondering, are they going to release this on a Blu-ray? For sure, they're probably going to do. Are they going to do it on 4K? Because the quality that I watched in the theater was actually felt like I'm watching a 4K movie. Everything was great, so that's why I didn't really want to miss watching that in the theater, because I know the colors, the picture is going to be awesome in there. So if you guys want to choose to have, you haven't watched the movie and you guys want to decide to see if you guys want to watch it in the movie or in at home, I would recommend going to the theater. It's going to be way more fun and enjoying, and you guys gonna see a better quality pictures and all that, which I hope in the future we're going to get 4K release of this film, and I'm definitely getting it, and of course a nice looking steelbook. And I was actually thinking today that is there a scene or a part that I actually didn't really enjoy in the film, and I was thinking about it. I mean, of course there should be maybe like a small part or something that you don't really enjoy as much as the other scenes, but I personally feel like everything in the film, for a good amount, at least 8.5 out of 10 or 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. Some parts, some stuff, 10 out of 10. But maybe there was like one or two things, but I'm not really going to say it because I don't want to give away too much. So if you guys people want to have a watch, you guys can still enjoy it. But overall, the movie was good. I'll guarantee you guys going to like it, and I would recommend, especially if you guys like clowns, the Terrifier, first Terrifier movie, and even the movies like that Damien did in the past, like the All Hallows Eve. They were actually, that movie was an extremely low budget style, but still I remember I really enjoyed it. I actually watched that film, the All Hallows Eve, for the first time a few months ago, and I really enjoyed it. And Terrifier 2 is completely different and something else, and way more better. And one question that I usually have is like I always come for fun. I compare the characters to each other. Like I go Michael Myers versus Jason, Jason versus Leatherface, and all of that. But now I was actually thinking comparing like Terrifier, Arthur Clown to Michael Myers, Jason. And as far as like who's gonna win and all of that, it's a really extremely hard question, and I can't really think about that right now. But all I know is Arthur Clown is way more bloodier and way more strong like that. If you guys want to watch like a bloodier movie, Arthur Clown is the most nastiest one and the most bloody one, but in a great way. So that's all I can think about. That comparing the scenes, if I'm comparing to 1978 Halloween with Jason, this movie was way more bloodier. So this was my review and my opinion about this movie, and I give it a 9 out of 10 to this film. It could be a 10 out of 10 in a lot of parts, but total, if I want to put all the things together, I would say 9 out of 10. It was awesome. I would recommend you guys going to watch it, especially in the theaters, if you guys can't pick where to go watch it. The movie is going to started yesterday, the Thursday, October 6th. That's when I actually went to the theater to watch, and I'm very glad that my local theater had just one time in there. So it starts from October 6th all the way to October 10th. So if you guys want to watch the movie, I would recommend going and watching it this weekend, and I'm sure you guys are going to enjoy it, and it's really going to put you in Halloween season. So if you guys watch the movie, actually, if you guys are here, let me know in the comment down below if you guys enjoyed the film. What was your favorite scene? What was the most favorite blood work in there? I'm actually curious. And also feel free to like and subscribe for more review videos and all that. So until next time, I'll see you guys later.